Oh my god, 2020 felt like a decade.
Miserable.
It was, oh my God. It was like, what is happening? Like, it's funny that like in 2020, it's like you'd hit a wall and then you had to cope. You just like, I just have to get over it because we all have to do this. And then you hit like a second wall and you're like, I'm going to fucking lose my mind.
And then you get sandwiched between those two walls and then you just start screaming.
Right. And then
Cool.
you're like,
I'll go myself.
Yeah, and you're like, let's make angry music to make up for all the shit that I feel.
I'll just go myself. No big deal.
Yeah, you start bitching about it, and everyone's like, "We're all in the shit," and then you're like, oh, "I guess I'm gonna go fucking scream in a microphone or something."
So yeah, while you guys do the intro, I'll just shut my whole mouth.
I mean, if you could make a little kissy face, like,
Just the Zoolander. Oh, I like that. I'm in on that.
oh yeah. To be a member of our nerdy metal community, hit the subscribe button. If you have any comments or suggestions, hit us up at worshipandtributenerd@gmail.com. This week on the show, we caught up with Josh Collard from the band Earthcaller from Australia.
Worship and Tribute Nerd.
Hey, what's up, everybody? My name is Michael, a.k.a. Rickshaw, and welcome to Worship and Tribute Nerd, the show where fat guys like us nerd out. I changed it.
You did change it. I appreciate that because it's true. We're both fucking fat. Mostly me, not him.
I can't help it. I like spaghetti and bread. You know what I
do.
mean?
They go great together.
But, yeah. Today I have my co-host, Fuzz, with
Hello.
me. And it's a very special episode. We have my buddy Josh Collard here. I haven't seen you in so long. How have you been?
I've been good, man. I've been good. Aside from a decade of longing for a rickshaw, it's been pretty decent.
Do you need a ride somewhere, or are you referring to me?
No, the human rickshaw, the silent and silent yearning. That is silent, screaming pain.
Every day, just ate at him from the inside out. Every day.
A silent yearning hurts so much more.
Or so much more.
But the payoff,
it's huge.
Right. It turns from silent to moans.
Yeah, the payoff is everywhere.
But yeah, okay. So I haven't seen you. You filled in for bass, for Closure in Moscow when we toured together in Japan in what 2011? 2010. Okay.
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah,
that was
I know.
a long time ago. I know I've seen you since, and we've allegedly done drugs at those times. You know what I mean?
Allegedly.
I mean, you can't prove anything, really.
No.
But
that shit's out of your system real quick.
Who's to say?
I was just playing a character. You know, you join a band and you go on tour, and that's a character that you play for a long time.
You're in a movie.
Yeah. But
and then that lifestyle takes over, and you become a non-playable character, and you're just getting driven around by the algorithms, man.
Right, exactly. Those algorithms, they'll really put you on the bed and take advantage. You know what I mean?
Is that what happened to Adam Sandler?
But yeah, since, tell me what you've been up to since that tour.
So since that tour, I wrapped up my stint as the fill-in bassist of Closure in Moscow, and
Right.
I think you could agree with me when you say that wasn't just any kind of regular old tour; it was a particularly excellent one.
Yes, I mean, to me it was amazing.
Yeah,
being in Japan and being with such great people was just a good time all the way around.
It was unbelievable. Yeah, it was really unbelievable. And so and so that kind of really sort of really ignited the drive to get my own project going. And since then, I've essentially just been working on my main project, Earthcaller. It took a few years to find personnel and stuff like that and get it going. Mm-hmm. But yeah, that's more or less the crux of what I've been doing. And I remember in the years that I was between those tours or whatever, I was just like, hey, you guys got any more of those tours?
Yeah. Can I jump on that?
I'll suck your dick.
Man, I don't care. I'll fill in as a bassist, a guitarist. I'll fill in as a chair, whatever.
I just don't want to be home, okay? I don't want to be home.
Yeah.
Don't leave me.
But yeah, you've been doing a good job. You know, we've been we jammed some of your songs on the way home.
So sick.
Today.
Thanks,
Yeah.
fellas.
So
Cheers.
sick.
Cheers.
Yeah, and it was I like it, but it's like definitely more his style. So when he was like, "Dude, this shit's pretty sick," I was like, "All right,
Dude,
yeah."
It slams. Yeah, for real.
You started it all yourself and just kind of wrote most of the shit.
Yeah. So I kind of kicked it off, and in Australia, Closure in Moscow, especially at that period of time, were like they still are a highly respected band, but at that particular time, like any level of association with them was like huge amounts of clout. So for the years afterwards, I kind of was able to be like coasting off that off the achievement of that fill-in tour,
Right.
and people wanted to sort of join on, and you know how it goes when you're starting a band. It takes like a bunch of years to like find that right chemistry, and
Right.
and even then, you know, things happen and stuff like that. So I started writing songs, and then I started showing some friends the songs, and people like sort of attached themselves, and then, you know, some disattached, and then eventually we ended up with the current lineup that we have now, which is really excellent, emotionally and financially stable people, which is just mwah. Like when you get that, ooh, it's so nice. It's so
Right.
nice.
Dude,
Like,
I remember the days of like trying to start a band in your early 20s, and like, you know, 4 out of 6 people are like, "We ain't got no money. It looks like you two are gonna have to do it all.
Yep.
We'll pay you back, we swear." Yeah. And you're just like, "Those motherfuckers."
you guys can just take our like royalty percentages or whatever. It's just like, I was gonna do that anyway.
Yeah, you could have half of my $5 every 6 months. You know what I mean?
You get 5? Damn.
Whole dollars US.
Dude, if you go to
Wow.
you go to like Canada, that turns into like so much more money, right?
Oh, dude,
No.
bring
No.
bring that shit to Australia, man, and you can
Oh yeah, there it is.
you can buy yourself most of a hot dog.
I'm in. That sounds delicious.
But how's Australia right now, dude? How you guys doing over there?
Okay, so it's I mean, by comparison, like relatively to the rest of the world, we're doing excellent. I'm from Melbourne, which is the only city that had like a really, really sort of substantial outbreak. Like, I'm pretty sure there was a point in time where this was the worst that Australia got. There was 8,000 active cases in our city.
Yeah.
And then like a real severe shutdown with like masks for a long time, and then that is now down to, I'm pretty sure there's like less than 20 active cases at the moment, and they're all in quarantine and stuff. So
Damn.
so things are getting back to normal. Like the football is back, and our government are kind of dogs when it comes to music. So like they've brought back like footy and cricket and all kinds of stadium sport, but they've like canned every single festival, and all the music venues are like, you know,
Yeah.
running at half or quarter capacity depending on where you are. But overall, I would say that we've been very lucky, you know, compared to
That's
other
awesome.
places.
I
How
mean,
about you?
definitely compared to the U.S., you know what I mean? Like, seems like it got worse, and then it was like, guys, we really need to like clean this up, and then it got even worse. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
a few times, like to where it
Yo.
was like,
Oh, wait, just from an Australian perspective, we were watching the US, and even at the worst, we were just like, it's pretty good here. Go, like turn on our news, and it's just like direct crossing from CNN America. Trump's on the stage. It's just like, you got to inject bleach. You have to do it. Everything else
Oh
is
my
fake
God.
news. And
Yeah.
we're like, Jesus Christ.
yeah, no, I'm right there with you. I remember whenever it was like we were all at home for like a few weeks, and it was like everything's closed, and then you see on the news kids in Florida that are like, oh man, this stuff's fake. They're just trying to crap on my spring break.
Yes, the spring break kids. They're world famous.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then it was like, and then the following week was like, spring breakers get COVID.
Dude, what's crazy? What's crazy is here at a couple of the colleges, before they shut everything down, these kids were having COVID parties, and they would all put money into a pot, and whoever got COVID won the pot.
That's ridiculous.
That's no bullshit. That's a real thing.
That's where we're at as Americans,
Yeah.
Like, oh man, you give.
I mean, we were so respectable before all that.
Well, but still, you give a reality TV star the keys, and then everyone else turns into a reality TV star. Like, yeah, welcome to Florida.
Wait, how much money? Just out of curiosity, how much money were those kids putting into that pot? Like, for example, the winner, could he afford 2 days on a ventilator after that, or
Hell, maybe 3 or 4. You know what I
Wow.
mean? Maybe 3 or 4.
that's big money? High stakes.
They were actually just betting ventilators.
Oh yeah. Well, duh.
They're betting
right.
ventilators and non-fungible tokens.
Right. But yeah,
God, we live it. I don't need to talk about it anymore.
but and I was saying too, like I was gonna say, but my medicine started kicking in.
Jelly beans.
You're like telling me, you after that tour playing in bass, you had some like clout to get some other projects going, and I was like, man, I was thinking to myself, only in Australia does everyone support so much? You know what I mean? Like, it seems like you get a band going that's like respectable, and like everyone in Australia is like really behind it because bands fucking get huge there, and then they're automatically big in America because of like the like the transfer, like hey,
the momentum of it,
and then and kids are like, Australians love this shit. Also kids here like love Australian bands too. So
that's mad. That's actually mad because I think the reason for that is because once our metal started getting recognized by the US, because it used to be we used to just be sort of slogging away at it and just sort of keeping in our own corner, and then sort of Parkway Drive and I Killed the Prom Queen got over to you guys, and then people started paying attention, and it's just kind of like it's like any band that's made it onto the world stage kind of has this big support from the Australians, because we feel like you got like everybody calls it down under or whatever, but like we really are like tucked away in a different part of the world, and it's to get like noticed and stuff like that generally has there's like a lot of like pride behind it for the Australian people, But the other thing about it is because we are so isolated, like because you were talking about the support structures and stuff, it kind of goes both ways, because there's so few spots, like people are just like ready to like trample each other's babies to get into the limelight as well.
Right. Yeah. I mean, I even noticed that like when Iwabo did a tour down there with
In Heart's Wake or something like that, or Hallions?
Yeah.
Or...
Oh my God.
Straight up In Heart's Wake.
Dude,
yeah.
yes, they blew up overnight.
Yeah, and it was just like...
And they weren't that good.
Stop it.
No.
No, they were pretty dope.
Yeah.
I love the guys too. So.
Yeah, I saw them live. I would rather watch Parkway Drive.
Oh. I mean, new Parkway Drive though?
Yeah, I am a dad, but I'm not into dad rock. Sorry. Dude, I'll shit on him all day long. Sorry.
That's what I have you here, Fuzz.
I know.
I'm just saying.
Please don't apologize. Forgive me for not participating. If I show my true heart, I might get fucking murked. There's like 30 people that make the decisions around here, so I'm just gonna be like.
But, wait, this is the perfect American example that's happening right now. He's like, f them.
Sorry, man. I don't know what you want to say, but they rule the world.
Yeah.
They are huge.
Yeah.
And I respect that. I respect that 100%, but I hate
Isn't that the band with all the hot dudes that surf?
Oh, yeah, they're gorgeous. They're all gorgeous.
I'm pretty sure, like, from what I understand about them, I'm pretty sure that the band, it was never, like, this, like, burning desire to, like, get the band super huge. They were just dudes that wanted to surf, and they were just like, hey, if we, like, play in a band, we can play some shows, and then we can surf where we're playing shows. and it just
That's
became
amazing.
this like self-fulfilling prophecy
Right.
of like surfing and touring and surfing, and like I'm pretty sure it was just a vessel for them to surf heaps. And
That's amazing though.
yeah, I know, they fucking crushed it. I went into it all wrong. I just wanted to.
Yeah.
I just wanted to play.
Well, as an American, like, you know, we had the same idea, but we were like, what if we had a reason to go to every city and eat ridiculous food?
And just get hammered, just get blackout fucking drunk.
Yeah. And it's like, a band?
7 days
That
a
sounds
week.
good.
$5 a day and all the
Right.
gas station coffee you can drink. I'm in.
As long as I get sheets and Wawa on the way.
That ain't no shit.
And somewhere to blast the diarrhea.
But you know, it's funny you say that. It's funny you say that about Parkway, because a buddy of mine in Arsonists Get All the Girls, years ago we were talking about Parkway Drive because they did a run with them, and he was like, it's actually kind of funny because they got into music for women and surfing, and they were like, he was like, they openly tell people that, like, they don't. They didn't hold. They were just like, yeah, we kind of got lucky, whatever. But you know,
I see like a buddy comedy, you know, movie origin story. You know what I mean? Like,
Yes, I can see
Right?
that too. But you know what? That's refreshing to hear that, like, you know, like I haven't spoken to it, but if they are that upfront about it, you know, like how fucking boring is it when you hear about, I just wanted to get into this band to change the world. It's like, dude, you wanted to fuck
Right.
14-year-old girls. That's what you're doing, and you're full of shit. You're disgusting and you suck.
nailed that.
Yeah, and it's funny to, you know, look in the crowd and maybe see that those scattered signs that are like, you saved my life.
Yeah.
Your music saved my life. And they're
It's like,
just wanted to bang some chicks or whatever.
yeah, it's like, your music saved my life. You like could not save $4.
Oh goodness, dear God.
You said you had a new song coming out, right? Was that today?
So what time is it? What time is it where you are right now?
Today?
It is 11:23
Yeah,
p.m.
So it comes out in your neck of the woods in 37 minutes, but it's already out here.
Oh, nice.
We've gotten a nice response. The national radio, like the sort of the biggest station on Australian radio, Triple J, played it the other night on their metal show, and they referred to it as like getting repeatedly smashed by a slab of concrete and getting hit with like a bag of doorknobs, and I was just like, proud.
Stop. You're embarrassing me. This is nice.
Dude, that's so sick that like you guys, the respect that metal and other heavy music gets in your neck of the woods is f***ing ridiculous. Like here, people are like, ugh. Well, really? That's your band? That sounds horrible. But like seriously, you know, I mean, I've heard that so many times. You show somebody that you're something you're proud of, and they're like, oh, somebody pays you to do that? Really? And I just think it's crazy how you guys, like, just metal in general in that area is just, everybody loves it, and I think they're fucking awesome.
Yeah, it is pretty sweet. Like, we tend to, like, we have like a lot of like cross polarization. Like a lot of people like they might not necessarily always be into metal, but they like Parkway and Amity, and they'll give anything a shot. I think it's because our culture was built on like, you know, like we were literally like prisoners of the UK that were just sent to an island where we were supposed to die. Everything kills you here, literally everything. And you see like, you know, fucking like babe girls that are just like, oh look, it's a redback spider. That's like a 2-step killer right there. And they're just like, no, we'll just bring it outside on a piece of paper. And I think that like the hardness of just like the average people, I think that there is like just sort of a connection with metal in general, like, you know. Plus, everybody is legitimate alcoholics as well, and there's nothing better than having a fucking headbang when you're wasted. So.
Like in America, it just seems like, I know that people still listen to metal, but it's just far and few between.
Right.
Like it's like post-apocalyptic, like in a world where metal's drying up. You know what I mean? Like that's what it feels like in America. Like because, you know, only 1 out of like 6 people enjoy metal. It seems like.
And what about So what's kind of like the main sort of cultural sort of something that like, you know, generally speaking, everybody likes? Is it more like rap and like,
Post Malone,
yeah.
Billie Eilish, stuff like that, like mainstream top 50.
Like whenever I was a teenager, it was like, you know, we would watch TRL and it would be like, who's going to win this week, Korn or Britney Spears? And it was like they were on the same playing field at least.
I know. I miss that.
Yeah.
I miss that world so much.
Right. But now it's just like, you know, Post Malone, 21 Savage, and I like Post Malone because he came from that. And then Billie Eilish I have respect for because she literally just records with her brother in their house.
Yeah, I
and,
like
you know
Billie
what I mean?
Eilish a lot.
Yeah.
I find that every sort of musician actually respects the shit out of Billie Eilish. She's awesome.
I
hate her music, but I respect her.
Yeah. It's just like
100%.
it's just crazy to me that there are still huge pop artists that are just making shit in their living room or whatever. You know what I
Have
mean?
you also
Like,
noticed that there's like, and I think that this is almost like a little bit of a testament to the death of like the music industry, but like, have you noticed that there's like people on Spotify that have like 3 million monthly listeners, but they've never been spoken about on like TV or on radio? They're just straight up like there's this one guy like Trevor Daniel, and he's got like a kind of Post Malone-ish kind of sound. It's amazing music, but I noticed he's got like 1 billion plays on a song, and you know you never hear him like spoken about on like MTV or
Right.
whatever.
Yeah.
Remember
And
MTV?
and it seems like
When they played music videos and not,
Hey guys, do you remember when we used to laugh?
dude,
No.
exactly.
It's been so long.
I remember hunting music. You know what I mean? Like,
Dude, are
and now-
we're gonna go into
Yeah,
this.
we are.
Dude,
Every
seriously,
episode.
I say this every time we talk to somebody. This podcast just turns into us bitching about how old we are, and the kids got it easy now.
Yeah,
All
they
the-
do.
that's
They do.
Every episode, it's stupid. We always come back around to it.
But it's like I've always said too, like we were a society that was like we want music, we want to find it, we can't find it, it's not at the store.
Right.
I've been going to Sam Goody, I've been looking for this album, and now that we finally reached a level where like it could be put in my hand at any moment, kids are like, I don't really want it now, you know. Like
I'd rather
Now-
see
now
I'd rather see a 4-year-old unbox a toy. See you guys.
yeah.
God.
Or they're like, you know, enough with these songs. I'm gonna go look at memes. And you're like,
Yeah.
that's gonna be way tighter.
Wait, I remember like whenever I think about like this that like sort of access, like the easy access that it has now versus like what I grew up doing, I remember having like an extremely hard time trying to work out what week I should catch the train into the city to go to the record store to get Rufio's album, because I didn't want to go there and Rufio's album wasn't out yet. There was no way of finding out when Rufio were going to release the album.
yeah.
Couldn't just pull it up on the old Google machine.
Right.
You had to
No Google.
wait.
Dude, I remember the first time somebody told me that you could go see the bands live that you hear, and I was like, that's insane. You could go see.
You can
could
watch
go.
what?
You could go see Korn play this stuff, and they're like, "Yeah, dude, duh." And I was like, mind blown.
Just
Now kids are like, I saw 2 seconds of this on YouTube, and it's stupid. Whoa.
Oh, it just
But
wears
yeah.
me out. Anyway, God damn it.
Yeah, over
God
the bitch.
damn it.
Wait, but to be
Heaviest
fair,
thing.
when you listen to the music now, I think at no point has "what the is this" been ever more like.
Yeah.
Like I think literally even like 14-year-olds are just like, yeah, totally, like it's true.
Like, can you
the fuck is
imagine
this?
being like back in the day and picking up your kids like and Kiss album and being like, what the fuck is this,
Right?
dude? This is fucking crazy.
This is the devil's music.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
They had songs called Love Gun, and now it's evolved straight into like "fuck on the bitch," like
WAP.
wet ass.
Oh,
Yeah. WAP.
worship and praise. That's what I think it is.
Bring a bucket and a mop for this worship and praise.
Dude, you never brought a mop and bucket to fucking church, dude? Come on with that.
Oh, that's nasty.
Jesus
Macaroni
is glistening
in a
the
pot.
floor.
It's macaroni in a pot because you want everyone to eat after the.
It's wet ass pasta. These noodles
Can't
are
dry that
wet,
shit
bro.
out.
These noodles are wet. It's
Can't
wet
be
ass
serving
pasta.
dry noodles.
You don't want no crunchy noodles. You want this wet pasta, baby.
Nasty, dude.
Y'all nasty.
All right, let's get into that nerdy stuff.
Yeah,
I'm excited to hear if you got some nerdy shit going on. What's up?
I honestly, I'm like a huge nerd. Like I don't know, I kind of don't know where to start. Like I mean, like frothing sci-fi, frothing all the new Star Wars stuff. I got back to playing World of Warcraft again.
Nice.
I'm playing classic because that's how much of a nerd I am. Like fucking retail is not nerdy enough for me. I gotta go old school. I'm trying to kill 10,000 deers to like progress like 0.5% of the game. So what kind of like nerd shit do we delve into? Are we talking like anime? Are we talking games? We talking?
It's all about you, bud.
Whatever you want, man.
If you're ready to talk about it, let's hear it.
Ready, go.
Okay, I guess let's start with games. Like
Games.
Yeah.
What do you got?
Yeah.
What kind of system?
Okay, I've got Xbox at the moment.
Right.
And I do PC games, and I play a little bit of StarCraft. I play World of Warcraft like super hard. I've always been a fan of that. There's a game that's like an offshoot of what do you call it? Super Smash Brothers. It's called Brawlhalla. It's like it's a free game on Xbox, except it's been adopted by a lot of like the main Super Smash Brothers players because it's like it's just really good. And
Right.
and yeah, me and my brother have like a twos team on that, and we spend about 8 hours on that shit a day, and we still suck. Like we got
We're still fucking horrible.
yeah. Wait, how's this? So when we got into it, right, we were kind of like, I think it had already been around for like 2 or 3 years, and so we got into it on Xbox, and then we were like, we just started mowing through it, and like we were like moving up in rank, and we were just like, oh, is this finally the game that we're gonna be fucking earning $3 million in competitions on? Oh my god! And then we get up to this like really high rating, and then Brawlhalla, like the game, announces that it's now cross-platform, and so the computer players just start fisting us, just absolutely just. And then yeah, so there goes our dream. So wish I didn't tell my band to go fuck themselves. Hey guys, come on, let's get it back together. That Brawlhalla stuff, that was crazy, right?
I was drunk when I said that. I didn't mean it. I was wrong. You were right. I'm ugly.
I didn't mean to
not.
call you a whore. We can uncancel the tour.
Dad told me Jinkos and that game was a phase. And I didn't believe him, but I've come to grips.
My dad told me so many things was a phase, and I wish emo was actually one. But I'm taking that all the way. That's going all the way.
Going all the way.
My dad literally told me Jinkos were just a phase, and I was like, no, Dad, it's forever.
It's a lifestyle.
Dad was right.
Yeah, so with games, that's kind of like the main thing. It's WoW and Brawlhalla, but with anime, I've been smashing a whole lot of anime lately. Demon Slayer on Netflix. Has anybody been with that one yet? That's pretty good. It's like an adult Naruto a little bit. It's
Okay.
Yeah, it's pretty weird, man. I don't know what the go is with anime. You ever be like watching an anime show and you're like, this is unbelievable. The world, the characters is amazing, and then all of a sudden it gets real like pedo or incest, or you're just like, hang on a minute, why is he
Right? Yeah. No,
what?
there's.
That's his sister, yeah? Yeah, that's his Okay.
I mean, that's like
Maybe they were adopted.
that's like old
Yeah.
Disney movies too. You know,
That's true.
some old Disney movies got real weird at times. You know,
That's
Yeah.
true, but
And-
that was a different
and
kind of
Asian-
weird. It
Asian
got
people are
real anti-Semite.
I know.
Oh, wow.
As a half Asian person, I know for a fact that we're a little more perverted when it comes to our cartoons or our fantasy. You know what I mean?
But out of
So-
all the perverts of the world, the Asian perversion, mwah,
Yeah.
perfect.
yeah, It's like avant-garde pervertness.
They win.
Like, do you remember when we were in Japan and we went into that porno store and like there was like the main porno store and then there was like the beads that you walk through and then it was like the tentacle porn section.
Yeah.
The
and
fisherman's
you
wife.
The beads. You walk through the beads and there's like some incense going back there. They're like,
they want that vibe to be right. You're gonna be looking at porn like that. You're gonna be vibing.
It's not like those 80s door beads. It's like hanging anal beads you just push through. It's like, oh my
God.
He's got some fucking weight on it. What's going on in here?
And you're like, welcome to the tentacle porn section. What are you looking for? Do you guys have any tentacle porn?
You've come to the right place.
Hi.
This is the best customer service I've ever had. It's like Chick-fil-A almost.
5 stars on Yelp. 5 stars on Yelp.
I'm not the biggest fan of anime, but I have gotten into certain ones. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like when someone suggests a really good one, I'll give it a shot. And there's only some of them that fished me up, hook, line, and sinker.
Did you say fist you up?
Fisted me up. But a few of those are like...
I thought you were making a tentacle reference.
No, not though. I mean, I've seen a few of those, but it's not really like my thing. But
saw it a couple times.
But I was really into like, Death Note. I got really into that. It's like one you have to get through it. You know what I mean? Another
that's
one
that's one that I would show somebody who says that they like flat out don't like anime. I'm just like,
right.
Well, how about this
because, dude, that one's just like the sickest detective story ever. You know
exactly,
what I mean? Like,
exactly.
Yeah, so that and like My Hero Academia I was into for a while.
Yeah,
but then I kind of fell
up about that one.
Yeah. But I kind of fell off after after they went to like training at the school and they had a camp and they went to the camp. Then I started kind of being like, where's this going?
Yeah.
So yeah, I fell off.
The answer
But
to
there
that
are a
question
few more.
is eventually there's tentacles. When you kind of get thrown off, it's like, where is this leading to? And then you just hear like, and then it's weird.
And then it's all tentacles from then on.
All asses and tentacles after that.
What other nerdy stuff? You guys want to throw some stuff into the mix? We'll see if I can hang.
We always talk about the most common things are like some Star Wars or some Marvel stuff going on.
Any kind of that.
Yeah.
Shoes.
Yeah, nice.
Action figures, all that shit.
Yeah.
All right, let's go like more mainstream with the nerd. You guys were just like, you want to come on the Worship and Tribute podcast? And I'm like, yeah, let's talk about tentacle porn. Like we were thinking more Captain America, Iron Man, that kind of thing.
But hey, tentacle porn, we're in. That's a new one. That's that's never been brought up on this show, so that's well done.
Yes.
As far as the name Worship and Tribute, it's like it's more just we worship like music and pop culture. You know what I mean? So that's mainly what we hit. Some people are like, is it a religious thing? And I'm like, do you f***ing know me?
It's also one of the greatest records of all time. So
but yeah,
it's also one of the greatest records of all time.
Yes, Glassjaw Worship and Tribute helped me name this. So.
And Fuzz did too, because you asked me about it. So
that's something I
give me credit.
That's something I simp for. I simp for Glassjaw for sure.
Hell yeah, Glassjaw's dope.
Best Glassjaw song.
Dude,
Go ahead.
Gold off of the Coloring Book EP that never actually got released, but they were handing them out at their shows when they started playing shows again.
Wow.
I have like 3 or 4 copies of it. It's my favorite. I love Glassjaw, but that album is fucking incredible.
See, as much as I love all of the albums, I'm a Worship and Tribute guy.
Oh, me too.
Aptos Mill or Must Have Run All Night. You know what I mean?
Trailer Park Jesus. What is it?
Yeah,
that's fucking good shit.
Oh yeah,
Siberian Kiss for me.
Oh, yeah, dude.
Yeah.
Dude, that's dead on. That was a dead on Daryl right there.
Yeah, getting weird. He's like, he sounds like Cornholio.
Oh yeah, right.
That is what it is.
It's his impersonation of.
I never put the two together till now.
That's amazing, dude. That is fucking amazing.
Dude, that record was so heavy in the weirdest fucking way. It's
Yeah.
so good.
I remember showing that album off, and like people would sit there and be like, I don't know what to think about that. And then a month later, be like, that's one of the best albums. Like it finally I knew why you showed me after a while. Yeah, so.
What does he
Oh,
say?
one time
The size of my fist?
Yeah. I hope she knows. Trigger warning. Like, don't you hate it when people do that to you when you're like on some like fucking wave and you try and show them like some new things, and it's like you know them well enough that you know that this is something that they're gonna froth, and then you show it to them and they're just like, no, not for me. And then like 2 months later they'll be like, hey, have you heard of this thing that you fucking showed them 2 months ago? And they wrote off. It's just like, oh my god.
Well, that's the thing is, like, I used to have this problem, and sometimes I still do. I will admit to it with certain shows or movies. Like, you're like, there's times where somebody goes, dude, you got to watch this, you got to listen to this album, and you're like, I'm not looking right now. You know what I mean?
Like a girl that just got out of a relationship and you're trying to, fucking swerve
I just want
on.
to date me.
Yeah,
I just want to date me right now.
Me. And then you will escape to your room or something and come across a song and be like, ooh, what's this? And then you're like, I love it. And then you go back to that person. Have you heard this? Yeah, I fucking told you about it. And you're like, oopsie.
Come on, man.
I mean, it's such a true thing, especially for an asshole like me. You know what I mean? It's like, dude, I'm not in the market for a new song right now.
Because your medication makes you forget that you talk to people.
Allegedly.
Allegedly.
Oh, yeah, I got a nerdy question for you.
Okay.
Best superhero that doesn't have superpowers. You know, like somebody that's just like leveled up in the game, like example, Batman, Hawkeye, that kind of thing.
Right.
So who's the best one that hangs with superheroes, but actually just had to go through like some serious Goku level training to get there?
Oh man, I mean, I have a lot of respect for the My Hero Academia guy because he wanted it so bad that somebody gave it to him. You know what I mean? Somebody was like, "You want this so bad that I will give you my powers." You know, so
his superpower was desire.
Yeah, and he sucked. You know what I mean? Like he sucked for a little while. Like most of the scenes in like the first 3 or 4 episodes was like him almost crying every episode.
Don't judge him for crying.
I was just the reason I asked was because I hadn't actually made a decision on it yet. But I was thinking, right? A lot of people say like Batman, right? Like not Marvel, but a lot of people say Batman. But I've got issues with Batman. He's like he never kills anybody, even though it's so obvious that he wants to. You know what I mean? Like it's just like you're going around, you're shattering people's fucking coccyx bones over like a stolen purse. Yeah. It's just like just kill him. But
and also like the thing you have to know about Batman is like there are literally stories dedicated to Joker showing him that he should have killed him because more people died.
That's so true. That was the whole thing with the Joker.
Yeah, exactly.
That's what Batman does have though. He's got the best villains out of anybody.
Oh yeah, I agree with that.
Yeah, that's true.
100%.
I mean, lots of Spider-Man villains are pretty dope.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, I like a lot of X-Men. X-Men's my favorite of all time. So, like, it's hard to not go there. You know what I mean?
X-Men has excellent villains, and so does. Hey, what superhero do you think has the craziest villains?
Yeah, I like the other one. I'm gonna say Spider-Man. I think Spider-Man has the most crazy villains.
It's all subjective to the character, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because I think that Spider-Man has a lot of amazing villains because of his relationship with them. Like Venom is like literally a product of Spider-Man's mistakes.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Venom is a really badass character.
Yeah. And then who else do we have? We have like
Doc Ock, dude.
Yeah, Doc Ock was like someone who worked alongside Peter. And then, you know what I mean? Like, it seems like everyone in that world was all like personal friends with Peter. And then they're like, I'm trying to kill Spider-Man. What are you up to? And he's like, oh shit, I'm Spider-Man.
So yeah. No,
Nothing.
what are you doing?
Definitely don't stay
Spider-Man.
out late fighting crime. That's bullshit. Green Goblin?
Green
Damn.
Goblin.
Green Goblin.
Willem Dafoe, holla at you.
The word on the street is he might be Green Goblin again.
Yes,
they're
I've
making
heard that.
another
I've heard
trash
that.
fucking
That's real.
Spider-Man movie.
Fuzz isn't into Tom Holland being
I don't
Spider-Man.
like Tom Holland.
Yeah.
I don't know why. He's a great actor. I'm not taking that away from him.
Yeah, I
just don't
see
like him.
what you're saying, though. I do see what you're saying. Like, I mean,
Right.
Thank you.
with regard, like, I would have said Tobey Maguire was really solid, but which one was the one where it got real weird and he was like,
3.
Yeah, 3. Yeah, that
Yeah.
was weird.
Well, that's because,
Walking, snapping with his emo
Yes,
eyeshadow.
that's
and
what-
fucking,
Well, the movie Sony, that's whenever Sony thought they had too much going on. You know what I mean? They were like, we're going to tell you how to make your movie, and then when you don't, we're going to fire you, and then we're going to reboot the franchise, and then we're going to fuck up 2 more times, and then we're going to ask for Marvel's help. You know what I mean? Like, so.
Do you know what was cracker, though? The Into the Spider-Verse, like the cartoons.
Oh,
and
yeah.
that was
that was, like-
that's like the
Yeah.
best one.
Dude, seriously, that was like the first standalone Spider-Man project that Sony was like, killed it. You know what I mean?
They fucking
So,
blew it all
yeah.
over the place. That movie was sick.
Yeah, it was. And I feel like Miles Morales, came out as a character because of that movie. You know
yeah.
what I mean? Like, now people are like, oh, I know who both Spider-Man are, even though there's like 5 of them. So.
Yeah.
Way more than that.
Yeah. That's
Yeah,
true.
they
Just
changed the
saying.
rules on that. There was there was one Spider-Man my whole life, and now there's like Spider-Man, Spider-Ladies,
Yeah.
Spider-Kids, you know?
Spider-Ham is a
Yes.
Spider-Pig.
Yeah.
Spider-Ham. That I remember. He actually made me go see it in the theaters, and me and my wife went. And he was like, "Dude, you got to watch it. It's cool. It's cool." I'm like, "Okay." And then Spider-Ham came out. I was like, "What the fuck is this?" But it was so
Yeah.
good. The movie was incredible. And,
That was like one of the movies. Like, I know that like there are times where I would suggest something and Fuzz might not like it.
no, it's
but at that point,
89% of the time it sucks.
but that was the one where I was like, no, I'm gonna make you go.
And
and
he
I
did.
and then I was like, even like if you don't want to pay, I will pay because it's that good and you're gonna love it.
I just hate movie theaters. I absolutely
Yeah.
hate movie theaters. So
Yeah. Fuzz.
Speaking of movie theaters and something that should have been in a movie theater, has anybody brought up A Very Scary Christmas on this podcast yet?
A very scary movie.
Yeah, sorry, A Very Scary
Yeah.
Movie.
Yeah,
What
yeah.
the-
Oh
what was I talking
No,
yes, we've talked about it many times
Yeah, we
and how
have.
much it fucking sucks.
Wait,
Yeah.
no,
Okay,
wait.
I
I'll
wanna
just
hear
say
your
this.
opinion.
I'll just say this. Rickshaw was showing me on a laptop in Japan, right, when we were on the bus together, and you were like, it was so funny. You were like apologizing to me the whole time we were watching it. And I'm like, no, it's good. It's good. No, and I was like genuinely impressed by it because nobody in Australia, in an Australian band, had ever thought to do anything like that. Like,
Yeah.
Oh,
have
it was a
fun.
genius idea for sure.
Yeah. It,
was the
The-
implicit part of like, you were like, it's a genius idea, but like the undertone of it was just like poor execution.
no, I honestly
Very
okay.
poor execution, but a great idea.
I honestly loved everything about it. I loved making it. Like, I would stay late whenever everyone else was like, dude, we're dead tired. And like, I loved filming it and I loved watching it, whatever. But even now I know that there are certain scenes that like drag on and
Most of the movie.
and no, it's the first. Okay, so like after the intro of the movie and you get like 10 minutes deep, there's a scene that definitely lasts way too long. But I remember at the time when we were making it, everybody was like, if we make the movie a certain length, then we could maybe get it on like Netflix in the future or Amazon in the future.
Yeah.
And then so we were like, oh yeah. So then I remember watching that scene and being like, yeah, it just drags on. It just drags on in a way that like if somebody thought it was like, oh, it's just Iwabo making a movie, they would give up. But at the same time, it was like, but what if we made it on Netflix or something? And then the funny thing is we got Sean from Slipknot to be in the movie.
That's unbelievable.
And then he suggested that they put porn in the background of scenes because it was his kid's room. And then most of those like movie things are like, well, if there's porn in it, you can't have your movie on here. And so it was like,
this is not going to Netflix or Amazon. This is going to a theater that you can masturbate in.
My kind of theater. Honestly, any theater I'm in is a theater I can masturbate in.
Pee Wee Herman's Funhouse.
Pee Wee Herman, yeah, no shit, dude.
as long as you're wearing your mask
As long as you're wearing a mask,
and
can't
your
get
face
COVID,
shield.
and you can masturbate. I'm in.
But yeah,
You had me at masturbate.
to this day, I still love that movie, especially like if I showed just my scene where I'm like, where I get my penis bit off.
It's happened twice.
But yeah, I mean, I wish, I want to do another movie project like that, with the guy who directed it and stuff like that. But, right now I'm a poor man and I'm living out an old man life.
Yeah, we're about to take you out to pasture and put you down.
No.
But it's dignified though. It's very dignified, the life that you have. Like I've been enjoying watching the progression of the podcast and stuff like that. And honestly, bro, if you ever want to move to Australia and play bass in some like fucking Aussie shit, bro, fucking let me know.
Dude, I would love to move to Australia, but you have two things that I'm scared of, and they're both spiders. So I don't fuck with spiders. The sharks, whatever. I don't fucking care. That's a cool story. Spiders, man.
You can duck sharks. There's no.
Yeah,
there's no street sharks over here. I'm not sure if that's just a cartoon or if is that something you guys have? You guys have street sharks?
Yeah, we do.
Cool.
They're mobsters.
When we were over there, we were walking we walked from the show to a convenience store, and then we walked back, and we were like looking in the sky, and we're like, oh my God, what is that? And it was definitely like a man-sized bat, and it landed on the top of a tree, and the whole tree was like, because it was so heavy. And I was like, oh my God. And that was just on a casual walk. And all the wolf spiders that everybody talks about just living in your house, I don't know, man. I don't know if I could ever go over there. You know what I mean?
This man? So I moved in I bought an apartment last year. The year before, and I've been living in it for a year, and I've been doing like lots of like nature walks around the area because we call it like an inner suburb. It's like something that's within like 20 minutes of the CBD or whatever, and but it's got like all of these like nice like sort of like bushland areas that have been preserved that you can't like develop or put houses or shops on or anything. So there's just these like big swaths of like bushland. So it's like these really nice things to like go walking through. And like I got a little bit like excited one day, and I walked like 13 kilometers, which is what is that in miles? It's pretty far. And so I was like walking along, and it's like this like river that's like got all of these like gum trees along the side of it, which is like a native Australian tree. And so I'm just like walking along, and then I start noticing that like the trees change to having these like black fruits that are like hanging from them and stuff. And I was just like, what kind of trees are these? They look like gum trees. And then and then I just like see, like I'm looking across the river, like I'm talking, there's like literally thousands of these fruits hanging from the trees. And then I just see this fruit like fucking go, and it's like this like fucking 3 foot tall bat, and they're all bats. And then I look up, and they're all bats. They're above me. And then I'm just like, because they're all asleep and shit during the day. Yeah. And I just like let out this silent scream. I was just like, and just started sprinting the fucking direction I came in. This country is wild, even for somebody that's lived here his whole life. It's fucking ridiculous.
Nope. I've got zero. I don't even want to go because of the spiders.
That's amazing.
I've heard so many horror stories about spiders. Nah, man. Nope.
That's so funny.
But I'll bring like a big swatter. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like a military-sized fly swatter, you know.
Americans should be allowed to bring AR-15s to the country. You guys should be allowed. You guys are unfamiliar with the terrain. You guys need to level the playing field the only fucking way that you guys know how.
Right.
Yeehaw.
Just kill everything. Kill fucking everything.
Dude, just come to Australia. It's a lot more chill over here.
Hell yeah. Dude, I would love to come over there just for...
I want to hold a koala. That's it.
adorable.
That's all I want to do.
But you know they chew eucalyptus and it gets them stoned. You know that's like their whole life. They just like to fucking chew eucalyptus. It's like it's pretty much like us three, right?
I was gonna say. I don't chew it, but I do things to, you know.
You
Do you
gotta
swallow it whole
things-
like a duck?
You gotta show those little koalas how to smoke it, man.
Yo, they do.
All right.
Oh man, I won't keep you guys anymore. Wait, Ricky, we gonna talk again soon, or are we gonna wait another 11 years?
Dude, I want to keep talking. That's what's fucking
Dude,
stupid.
we gotta get on the. You know what? Let's watch some anime for you, and then we can
Yes.
have chats about it.
I
you know?
won't
Deal.
watch it, but I will gladly join the conversation.
Nice.
Right.
Well, thanks for having me on the show, guys. It's
Hey.
it's an absolute pleasure, and it's nice to
No
see your
problem.
beautiful face again, and it's nice to
it's
see
good
your
to see
beautiful
y'all.
face for the first time.
Hey, tell everybody where to find all your stuff, dude.
Oh, okay. So personal is at JoshDTD on Instagram and Josh Collard on Facebook, and the Earthcaller stuff is at Earthcaller on Instagram and Facebook.com/Earthcaller. And we're on all the major platforms: Spotify, YouTube. You know, I'm just blasting it on out of a boombox on the street corner occasionally, so you can catch me there.
Got a mixtape handout to everybody that's eating at the chicken joint down the street. You know?
That's right. That's right. Thanks very much for having me, guys. It was a lot of fun.
No problem. Guys, if you enjoy the show, if you have suggestions or comments, hit us up at worshipattributenerd@gmail.com, and we'll read yours on the air if we don't forget.
We remember. If we remember.
But I promise we'll get to it eventually
At
if the
one
world doesn't
point.
end soon.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
We couldn't get that lucky, am I right?
Get to it if the world doesn't end soon, or if Ricky hasn't smoked fucking beautiful legal marijuana. Yeehaw, the land of the free.
Allegedly.
Allegedly.
Oh. Stop
right,
snitching.
You gonna get stitches, dude?
Dude, I'm fucking 6'9" over here. I'm so sorry. Alright, catch it, boys.
All right, dude. It's been
Cheers.
fun. See you later,
Later, man.
nerds.
Nice to meet you.
Dude, I drank like a fifth of fucking Jack Daniels while I was on the podcast.